Hello, everybody. Welcome to your final Eastern Idaho planning briefing for 2019. We will end the year with a pretty significant weather system arriving later this evening and into tomorrow, New Year's Day. Before that, though, we do have some light snow showers to discuss across the Snake River Plain. They'll be pretty minimal accumulations, and we do have a moderate confidence on those snow showers today. But more significantly, this weather system will be arriving, as we discussed, later this evening and continuing actually until Thursday for a lot of areas, in particular eastern Idaho, bringing average amounts of 9 inches or so to mountaintops. We're also going to be talking about some pretty significant snowfall rates for portions of eastern Idaho, blowing snow, drifting snow concerns, and the possibility of snow squalls. So there are a couple things that we do know about this weather system and a few things that we don't particularly know about this weather system. So the things that we do know, timing of the weather system will be arriving later this evening for the Stanley Basin, portions of Island Park, the Driggs Teton area. A couple other detail items that we do know about for the Pocatello, American Falls, Burley area, that stretch of I-84 and 86 are likely to be what we call downsloped, and that's an effect where they get a little bit less snowfall in the beginning stages of a weather event like this. So we're going to have these southerly winds that start off this particular weather event overnight tonight, which is good because it's New Year's and many people will be out. So expecting a little bit less snowfall in the overnight hours into the early morning because of this particular effect. But once our winds shift out of the southwest and west, our increasing snowfall amounts will pretty much increase dramatically in these areas. Island Park, Driggs, Victor area, this Teton area, we are expecting some pretty drastic rainfall rates in these areas. So we have 1 to 2 inch rainfall rates overnight tonight. So we're again talking the exact same time period as these downslope winds that Pocatello, American Falls will be experiencing. Caribou Highlands, Bear Lake area, experiencing some pretty good overall snowfall amounts of 3 to 6 inches, likely increasing though in coverage after noon tomorrow. Okay, a couple things that we don't particularly know. For Idaho Falls, Rexburg area, the timing of your snowfall. When will you end up having the most significant rain or snowfall? And when will it end? When will it start? You might have some pretty good snowfall overnight tonight. Unfortunately, when New Year's Eve is happening, so right at midnight tonight is really when your snow is going to start to increase, unfortunately. Magic Valley area tonight, we might be seeing a mixture of rain and snow that will be continuing until tomorrow morning and maybe even late until the morning hours. And then that snow squall potential that we talked about. There are a couple forecast models that are indicating this potential basically all across eastern Idaho, so from points from DuBois to Malad and all along the interstate corridor, and then points eastward. These models are indicating the snow squall potential for today and then for tomorrow as well. So just real quickly, what exactly is a snow squall? If you're not familiar with that, they're a really short-lived event, but they're really intense. So it's whiteout conditions really quick. You're not going to see the road, just intense driving conditions. So we really want to make sure that you guys know about those conditions if you do run into them. Okay, let's quickly talk about satellite. Here's our clouds overhead. We're basically under both a mid-layer cloud deck and a low cloud deck early this morning, but really all of our weather that's incoming is just to our west, and that will be arriving today and tomorrow. Okay. Our weather impact overview the next couple of days, as we've kind of discussed already. Our more significant weather event will be tomorrow, impacting just about everybody, but highlighting the Southeast Highlands, Eastern Highlands with our heavy snow, blowing and drifting snow for just about everybody across the board here. And the Sawtooth areas again impacted with the heavy snow amounts, blowing and drifting snow, and the winter mix that we talked about across the Magic Valley. There will be some lingering snow on Thursday for portions of eastern Idaho and the Sawtooth areas, a break on Friday, and then the next incoming weather system on Saturday. So because of the winter weather incoming, we do have some hazards in place. A winter weather advisory is in effect for the Stanley Basin and Idaho Falls area to Rexburg, St. Anthony, including Island Park, and then almost all of portions of eastern Idaho, with the exception of the Bear Lake area right now. Okay, so what is our forecasted snowfall amounts for the next 30 hours? So starting later this evening and then continuing until late New Year's Day. Right now, we have our lesser forecast amounts in the Magic Valley area, again due to that mixture of rain and snow possible. And then higher amounts, what we talked about in Stanley Basin, Island Park area, Driggs, in your mountain passes will be pretty saturated with some snow. So just a note here, that was over a 30-hour period. I'm going to give you a quick look at what high-end forecast amounts are for a 48-hour period, but this is through Thursday. So basically the highlighted areas here are just to show you that a couple forecasts are showing higher forecasted amounts across the interstate corridor. So Pocatello Blackfoot has the potential to see higher forecasted amounts, but we are not currently forecasting that because of that downslope component that we talked about and other factors, temperature, things like that. But notice we are forecasting pretty close to these higher forecasted amounts over in the mountain zone. So 9 for Stanley, and then we're forecasting 6 to 8. Okay, and then low forecasted amounts, again for 48 hours. The thing to kind of take a note on here is really when we're forecasting a low end snow amount, what this is telling you is everybody really is going to get some snow. If it's forecasting a low snow amount of 1 inch, well, you're almost guaranteed to get that snowfall amount. So that's pretty incredible. Okay, and I'm going to let this video play for you because I wanted to show the significance of the snowfall rate probabilities for our area because it doesn't happen all the time, but just to give you an idea of these orange and red colors, if you are in eastern Idaho, particularly the Teton area, so Island Park or Driggs or Victor, it's pretty significant that you are seeing these higher snowfall rates, 1 to 2 inches an hour, that are forecast overnight tonight and the morning, which could be the starter for those snow squalls that we mentioned tonight. So heavy snow is in your forecast, and we are seeing that. Okay, and the last thing that we'll talk about here are wind gusts, that blowing snow and drifting snow potential. Starting overnight tonight, you see those southerly winds here across the interstate corridor, American Falls, Pocatello, and then let's go through to tomorrow morning. You see those winds really start to ramp up, so this is why we have the blowing snow in our forecast. We're upwards of almost 30 miles per hour here across the Snake River Plain, and Sweet Summit there, 26. So we're gusting pretty good across a lot of southeast Idaho here. Okay, so we'll sum up here with significant weather system. Tonight into tomorrow, New Year's Day, average snowfall amounts around 9 inches. That's on the tops of mountain peaks, though. So that's an average. That's not everywhere. Some amounts will be less, some amounts will be higher. Some pretty significant snowfall rates across eastern Idaho. Snow squalls are possible, and blowing snow will lead to difficult driving conditions across much of our area tomorrow morning in particular. All right, any questions or concerns, please give us a call. We're here to answer your questions or any concerns you do have about today's weather or tomorrow's weather. Thanks for watching.